Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nate the Effing Great, and welcome to this new hit series, the premiere episode of What Did I Just Watch, where I take TV series, movies, etc., and I give them my thoughts and my reviews, because I'm a bit of a smartass, no ding required. So this week, I'm going to be talking about Patriots Day as well as Split, a twofer for you guys, so you will definitely be enjoying this. But before I get into that, two little minor things I want to talk about. The new Star Wars movie has just announced the title of the movie that is coming out this December, that being Star Wars The Last Jedi. That's actually very, very scary for me, because that probably tells me that this is going to be the last movie that is going to feature Mark Hamill, or more than likely it's going to just end with Rey probably taking on the reins as the final Jedi. Not quite sure, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see how well it goes. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are as far as the title goes. Also, the Fate of the Furious trailer premiered this past week. It looks very, very promising. So for those of you that are still big fans of the Fast and Furious franchise, the Fate of the Furious trailer, you definitely need to go see it, because when you hear the possibility of Vin Diesel being a villain, and then you look at this trailer, oh boy, the possibilities are just endless. So it is going to be a really good movie for those of you that are big fans. So let's just get right into it. Let's start off with Split, the movie that I saw with my good friend Max Beatty. And oh my gosh, this is one of those heart-pounding, just mind-blowing, amazing movies that you just really... Oh my gosh, you can't just say that, a movie is good unless you have some major ways to back it up. And I can think of three things right off the bat. First, James McAvoy, bravo to you, sir. Oh my gosh, you just put on a performance of a lifetime dealing with DID. A lot of you people that don't know that is, I believe, deficit identity disorder, in which it just seems like, there are parts of the brain where they somehow find a way to tap into it, and they just take on a different person. Like, one person could have an allergy to, say, popcorn or sugar or something like that, and then this next persona, they're totally fine. They blocked it out. Their immune systems are different. This is one of those movies where James McAvoy had to go through not one, not two, not 20, 24 different identities, and all of them had very distinguished, very different characteristics of it. So I applaud him, oh my gosh, for just doing a tremendous job. He could be funny, he could be semi-serious, he could be polite. It was just one of the best performances that James McAvoy did by far. The second being the storyline in and of itself was just draws you. It definitely hooks your attention. It's not one of those minor things where it's just like, oh, it's just a regular story about, boy meets girl or blah, 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 blah. No, story kicks off with James McAvoy's character, real name Kevin. He takes three girls, and they're basically going to be like this sacrifice for what they know, what him and his identities know as the Beast. Apparently somebody who is going to punish the unclean, the unpure. And, oh man, just the build-up to this final identity that Kevin created it's just really good in how well they built it up. It just is almost like block after block, brick after brick. So much amazing chemistry with a lot of the actors and actresses. The therapist, Dr. I'm trying to remember his name. Dr. Sattler, I think was her name. Her chemistry with James McAvoy's character Kevin, as well as a lot of the other identities, are just amazing. The main lead girl character, KC, her chemistry with Kevin is just beyond comprehension, in all honesty. And the thing about this story is that it really shows this just amazing, not only build up story of what Kevin has to go through, but also the build up as to why Casey is the woman that she is nowadays, because she's very socially awkward. She's very
I wouldn't say what's the phrase I'm looking for? Very socially awkward. Very. She is a bit of a loner, and these two girls are trying to try to be friends to her, try to be nice to her, everything like that. But it doesn't really work out too well. But she turns out to be a key of their survival, really, and it's just amazing how they tell like the story as how can she relate to what Kevin's going through, because she had to go through traumatic experiences just like Kevin had to go through traumatic experiences. Kevin had to deal with like an abusive mother, and that kind of spawned the whole 24 identities deal. And for KC, she had to deal with a creepy uncle. Yes, and when I say creepy, I mean exactly what I mean by creepy. They actually show this a bit, and this is one of those things that I was really surprised that they got away with a bit of. I believe it was a PG-13 movie, if I'm not mistaken. I will double check that right now. But it's one of those movies that I thought, it needed to be a rated R movie. There was just so much, there's so much, content in there where it just really made it. Yeah, it was PG-13. Like I said, I think if they would have gone the rated R route, they could have gone a bit farther with some of the content, not all of it. Like the scenes with the creepy uncle, that definitely did not need to go any farther than what it did. What the insinuation was, just keep it like that. That's fine. We already wanted the character to be dead anyway. The other main thing is the way it ended. Oh my gosh. The Beast makes its appearance, and Casey is trying to find a way to survive. And the Beast is just about to get to Casey, but he looks at her body, and you see all the scars and all the like cut marks that she had to go through battling depression. And the Beast says the line, and I'm paraphrasing when I say this, said that she was pure and that she had emotions that were more evolved. And that's just one of those things that really kind of stood out to me, was that phrase of evolved emotions. Because anybody who deals with traumatic experiences or any kind of major life or death experience, they are more in touch with certain parts of their emotions. Like I could speak on personally that for me, I feel like I'm more in tune with my emotions, especially the emotion of fear, because with me having a car accident, you really feel like, the world is not as safe as what you think it is. For a lot of people, it's, sadness and depression, so many different things where they feel more evolved and they feel more in touch with their feelings. And that is one of those things that is very much hard for people to understand, because they don't feel the same way that other people do. And that's why I think so many people are just looked down upon, because, it's like you're not like everybody else. Well, that's because we experienced life a bit more than you have, and not always in the better way. That's the thing. And that's one of the things that I think they do such a great job of doing. So M. Night Shyamalan, geez Louise, dude, you deserve so many gold stars, all the trophies, all the ribbons, everything praising going your way. And already they have killed the box office record with this movie. It's already at 40.8 million, I believe, right now, in the box office right now. And this is just its third day of being out. So that tells you a lot of how powerful this movie is. It's just really good. And from what my friend Max made it out to be, the way that it ended with showing the director M. Night Shyamalan, it kind of shows that there is probably going to be another movie in the works. With the way that they kind of ended it, shows him in the coffee house, and he's talking about Dr. Glass, which was, I guess, a character from one of his earlier movies, Unbreakable, I believe it was. So there's probably going to be a chance that we're not done seeing the last of Kevin and his 23, 24 other identities. This is definitely a highly rated movie. I would definitely go see it, you guys. 9 out of 10, in all honesty. A lot of people are saying it's like a 70%. I think it's done very well. So this is one of those movies that's very tough. And I'm going to make this prediction right now that this movie is indeed going to get some kind of major Oscar. And you could say like the effects were great, the casting was amazing, but I think that James McAvoy and this entire movie just definitely deserve a major Oscar. James McAvoy deserves probably Actor of the Year with that kind of performance, even though I think that this year could be Michael Keaton's year with all the movies that he's going to be in, such as The Founder, as well as Spider-Man Homecoming. But I think that right now, James McAvoy definitely set the bar for a lot of the male actors, and they need to find a way to overcome that, and that's going to be very tough to do. So if not actor for this year, I would definitely say that Split is probably best picture of the year. It's really good. Definitely recommend it, you guys, and definitely very good, very well planned out. So that is it for Split. We're going to move into Patriots Day. We go from something that puts you on the edge of your seats to something that makes you just kind of sit back and it really keeps you deep in thought. So many different emotions race through your head, and I just saw it today. This was based on the Boston Marathon bombings on April 15th, 2013, I believe was the date. And it went through the whole, I want to say, I think it was about 4 days, the whole 4 days that it happened. They showed like the build up to it, some of the people that were affected by this. When they showed like the bombing, they even had so much actual footage from when the bombing took place, and they put it in this movie, and it really made it feel like it was more real than it needed to be. It was one of those things where it was just so well done. This movie really tugs on your heartstrings, and it really makes your heart just kind of beat fast because you feel every single bit of emotion. It starts off on kind of a happy note. Everybody's getting ready for the run. The bombing goes off, and you sense the fear, and you sense the suspense, and everything is just, you're just in kind of shock. And then after that feeling, you feel just sad because of everybody that, was affected by it. There were so many people that had to have their legs amputated, and there were 3 people that died in that bombing. And there was also an officer that was killed because these guys were trying to get away. It's just one of those things where it just really takes every single bit of emotion out of you. You feel so much. And major props to guys who really made this movie possible. Guys like Mark Wahlberg, John Goodman, J.K. Simmons, just to name a few, who really definitely tried their best to represent how these people were feeling. When Mark Wahlberg's character, I should say, was basically talking about, everything that they went through, talking about, the things that he saw about people that were just bleeding all over the place. And, the child had to basically stick around at the scene of the crime. But, he was already dead. That was the thing. It's like they basically had to, keep the parents away. They had to keep family away just so that they can have, their investigation. It's just one of those things where it just really pulls on your heartstrings. It really does make you just feel so much sympathy and so much empathy for every person that was affected by this. And I will not lie, you guys, I don't usually cry that much, but this is one of those movies that did make me cry. Because, like I said, you feel just the pain and all the emotion that was going into this. And it just kept evolving from there when you see the two bombers, basically, they're running, they're trying to make sure that everything's good for them. They're going to, they were planning on, bombing New York. One of them basically gets killed from not only getting shot, but also getting run over by accident by his cohort. And then when they finally